evening, the evening news. I am Abdul Jalil Adeleke. Federal government has reiterated its commitment to strengthening pharmaceutical inspection systems as a key strategy to safeguarding public health in Nigeria. The coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Muhammad Ali Pate, made this known in Abuja while addressing participants at the National Pharmaceutical Inspectors Workshop, themed Inspecting for Excellence, Best Practices in Pharmaceutical Inspection as a key driver of public health safety in Nigeria. Speaking through the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, Mrs. Kacholum Daju, the Minister emphasized that a robust pharmaceutical inspection framework is essential to ensure that medicine and other health products circulating in Nigeria meet global standards of safety, quality, and efficacy. He noted that Nigeria, like many other countries, continues to grapple with the menace of counterfeit, substandard, and falsified medicines, which pose serious threats to citizens' health and well-being. Describing pharmaceutical inspection as a cornerstone of public health, the minister said the training will equip inspectors with modern tools, best practices, and regulatory framework to enhance inspection effectiveness. The World Bank says it has approved $300 million to fund a new project aimed at improving access to services and economic opportunities for internally displaced persons and their host communities in northern Nigeria. In a statement, the World Bank said the solution for the internally displaced and host communities project was approved this month, while the project will adopt an integrated development strategy to help displaced persons and host communities transition from humanitarian aid to self-reliance and resilience. It also noted that the ongoing conflict and insecurity in the region have displaced more than 3.5 million people, straining infrastructure and deploying competition for scarce resources in affected communities. The bank said solid will build on previous government and partner interventions, including the multi-senatorial crisis recovery project, which focused on emergency recovery. Key areas of focus include building climate resilience infrastructure, promoting social cohesion, supporting livelihoods, and strengthening institutions to better respond to the pressures of forced displacement. The World Bank, which noted that the solid project is expected to benefit up to 7.4 million people, of whom up to 1.3 million individuals are identified as IDPs, added that the project will be implemented through a coordinated community-driven approach involving all tiers of government with strong partnership from international stakeholders. Also, the federal government has ordered the Nigerian Correctional Service to evacuate immediate inmates from its Abeokuta facility within 4 weeks because of the poor sanitary condition. The Permanent Secretary, Minister of Interior, Dr. Magdalene Ajani, gave the directive during the third public hearing of the Independent Investigative Panel on alleged corruption and other violations against the NCOS held in Abuja. Dr. Ajani, who doubles as the chairperson of the panel, described conditions in the custodial facility as horrible, also raised the alarm over the status of the Ilorin facility, reportedly operating as a bus stop or halfway home and housing adults far beyond the appropriate age group. She also issued a stand directive to the service to submit a comprehensive status report on juvenile custodial centers across the country within 2 weeks. The Permanent Secretary, who cited concerns over illegal detention of minors, the mingling of juvenile with adult inmates, poor inmate welfare, and administrative failures across the correctional system, ordered the immediate removal of all adults for not meant to be in such facilities. Also speaking, the panel secretary, Uju Ogumo, highlighted the wide scope of the panel's mandate, which includes investigation of corruption, torture, cruel and degrading treatment of inmates, and systemic lapses within correctional institutions. The Nigerian Police Force says it will give some Nigerians without a permit for their vehicle's tinted glass more time to obtain the document. In a statement by the force spokesman Olumuyiwa Adejobi, the decision to extend the enforcement was because of the surge the force witnessed on its portal where Nigerians were applying. He explained that the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetogun, gave the extension approval when he noticed a heightened public complaint with the directive. According to him, the extension will also provide room for the continued fine-tuning of verification processes, both digital and physical, to maintain the integrity of the permit system and prevent abuse. The force specifically said the crackdown on vehicles with the document, which were supposed to commence today, will now begin on October this year nationwide. The report, however, says that the FCT command of the force had clamped down on tinted glass vehicles following incessant one-chance robbery in the nation's capital. Similarly, the Department of State Services has arraigned 5 men before a federal high court in Abuja over their alleged involvement in the 2022 attack at St. Francis Catholic Church, Owo, in Ondo State. The 5 persons, Idris Abdul Malik Omeza, Al-Qasim Idris, Jamil Abdul Malik, Abdul Alim Idris, and Momo Oto Abubakar, are to face trial for the attack, which claimed over 40 lives and left over 100 individuals injured. They are in the charge accused, among others, of being members of the Al-Shabaab terrorist group with cell in Kogi State. The defendants, who are also alleged to have carried out the attack in furtherance of their religious ideology, pleaded not guilty when the charge was read to them by an official of the court. Following their not guilty plea by the 5 defendants, prosecuting lawyer Clesius Eze urged the court to order that they be remanded in the custody of the DSS pending trial, while defending lawyer Abdullahi Muhammad prayed the court to order the DSS to grant the defendants' families and their lawyers access to them. In his ruling, Justice Emeka Nwite ordered that the defendant be remanded in the custody as he adjourned till August for the commencement of the trial. Coming from the sport arena, the Nigeria national team returned to action today when they take on Sudan in their second group stage fixture at the ongoing African Nations Championship, which is currently taking place in Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. The coach Eric Chelle-led side began their campaign at the biennial competition with an underwhelming 1-0 defeat to the reigning defending champions Senegal last week. The game had been even for large parts before the Teranga Lions found the breakthrough in the 75th minute when Mokhtar Koita burst down the right flank of a sweep counter-attack and delivered a point low cross into the box, which Christian Gomi Koli slotted home with his left foot to seal the 3 points. And coming from the foreign scene, Colombian president candidate Miguel Uribe has died 2 months after being shot at a campaign rally as the attack rekindled fears of a return to the nation's violent past. The 39-year-old conservative senator, a grandson of former President Julio Cesar Toba, was shot in the head and leg at a rally in the capital, Bogota, by a suspected 15-year-old hitman. Despite signs of progress in recent weeks, his doctor announced he had suffered a new brain hemorrhage. Speaking at this week, his widow, Maria Claudia Tarazzo, said to break up a family is the most horrific act of violence that can be committed, as she thanked her husband's medical team for their efforts. And that ends the evening news on OSBC television. Join us again at 7 for a major report. Good evening.